the WIBC documentary on the both of them. And if you are if you're a Hoosier lifer, you would love this. But also, if you just happen to be a person that's interested in the history of the city of Indianapolis, et cetera. I mean, these people, the Leonards, were so entrenched in what you see today, and because of the hard work they did in the late 70s, certainly until the Simon family purchased the Pacers in the early 1980s. They're the reason Pacers largely are still here in the city of Indianapolis. So it's a great documentary. Everybody should totally check it out. WIBC.com.
Go to the specials tab. It says this tribute offers an intimate look at the couple's extraordinary journey, their impact on Indiana basketball, and their enduring love story. I've got a couple food stories for you. This first one involves Hershey. A federal judge dismissed a class action lawsuit against Hershey, which claimed that the Reese's Halloween-themed candies misled their customers by showing spooky designs on the wrappers that didn't actually appear on the actual chocolates.
Wait. What? Wait a second. Somebody sued because the candy wasn't spooky enough?
Right. The actual candy did not match what was on the package. The judge said, you suffered no economic injury. The candy still tasted the same.
Whoa. I feel like I missed a step here. Somebody actually sued Hershey's because in the Halloween, they always make the spooky.
Right, like the pumpkins.
Yeah.
The Hershey cups are shaped like pumpkins. And the person said, no, they're not scary. They're not spooky like they are on the package.
So they tried to say it was false advertising? Wow, that's wild. And that lawsuit actually then went forward or what?
Yeah. The judge said, it's okay. You didn't suffer. The candy still tasted the same. You may be disappointed, but that's the end of it. The case targeted the peanut butter pumpkins, the white ghosts, and the holiday-shaped assortments. They do it at Christmas as well with the snowmen and stockings. And the guy who was suing said it was deceptive advertising.
Okay, first of all, let's start with this. What's going on in that guy's world where he gets the candies and then he's like,
you didn't scare me.
Yeah, these aren't spooky enough. These aren't, this isn't scaring me enough. Like
I wanted to be scared more.
Who's ever gotten the candy at Halloween was like, I am going to be disappointed if I'm not scared out of my boxers.
It doesn't match. And why would you want to be scared by your food? Normally, you don't want to be scared by your food.
So they threw this out.
Yeah.
Right. The judge said, and good for the judge. He said, you are beyond ridiculous, sir.
Yep.
No soup for you.
He said that companies shouldn't profit from the misleading design.
Yes.
He plans to amend his complaint and go back again.
Oh, he's not done.
No, he's not done. He's going to try again. He's going to rewrite it and see if he can finally win some money against Hershey. Another food story for you. Convenience stores are winning the breakfast battle. This is like the Wawa, the Sheetz, the Buc-ee's, the Casey's General Store. They're beating McDonald's in your favorite fast food location because the traffic at the fast food joint is declining. However, people are going into the convenience store because they have the freshly prepared foods right there.
What was that?
Plus snacks and gas.
Wait. Wasn't there an article the other day that we were talking about that Casey's Pizza is like the largest pizza chain in America now?
Yep, and now they're winning at breakfast also.
I wonder if that's because people just say, I got to go in anyway.
Right, that's part of it, because not only can you get your gas or anything else you need, they say besides coffee, they're buying their energy drinks, any fruit, granola, but also the made-to-order breakfast sandwiches, or in the case of Casey's, pizza.
Huh. That's crazy that we have, buying habits obviously always change over time. But that's so crazy to me that people are apparently, I guess, so pressed for time. Although maybe because food has gotten so expensive, maybe the gas station has been able to remain somewhat flat, or at least now competitive compared to the fast food joints, because of the spike in the rise of food, that people are like, well, if there's not that much difference now and it's passable, and it saves me a trip to another parking lot, and that's 10 or 15, because it really is. It becomes 10 or 15 minutes out of your day. You got to go across the street. You got to get in the right lane. You got to turn the right way. You got to avoid the traffic.
If you can buy a breakfast sandwich at the gas station, why don't you just do that? So
interesting.
In the past 3 months, breakfast visits at the convenience stores has risen 9%. Fast food chains, post-COVID, they've seen a 1% growth, but it's not at the pace of the convenience stores. So,
well, and how many times have we heard about these fast food chains that are having major issues now because of the price increases, that they're starting to price their customers out of? I mean, let's face it, like that little meal deal that McDonald's has, where it's a McDouble and a chicken nugget and a fry and a small soda for $5. It went up, by the way. It's $5.50 now.
Of course.
It's not even $5 anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of puny. It's kind of puny.
Abdul's going to join us next.
Yes, he is saying, for all those people doing a victory lap over the Google appearing to fold their house, at least for now in the data center, not so fast. It could get worse.
It's 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show this afternoon, the biggest stories in Indy. We'll probably have a few cheap laughs, and we're going to make fun of Rob Kendall right to his face. 93 WIBC.
Planning on inviting friends and family over sometime soon? Whether you're hosting the neighborhood cookout, a birthday celebration, or a football watch party, you know all about the hustle to get the house looking perfect. But there's one thing you can't fix on your own: the stuck windows and doors, drywall cracks, uneven floors, bugs, or mold and mildew smells. Things that stand out. Indiana Foundation Service knows that all of these signs point to major damage building up in your foundation, crawl space, or basement, and it'll only get worse over time. Don't worry. With a free foundation inspection from Indiana Foundation Service, the team's experts will identify your home's issue at the source. You'll want to get ahead of these problems sooner rather than later. Visit IndianaFoundation.com today to book your free inspection with a no-obligation quote included. Indiana Foundation Service. There's a reason they are the trusted local experts.
Indiana Foundation Service. Reliability from the ground up.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me: cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to QCkinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Fall in Indy, and if you hate the paint, do what your neighbor Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint, and the crew
Painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house, and all the pillars and everything. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
With Rhino Shield's 25-year transferable warranty, you'll never have to paint your home again. And right now, you can have Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and if you don't want to paint the house, that would be the way to go.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text HUNK to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text HUNK to 42424. That's HUNK to 42424.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The Home and Garden Show hits the road again this week, and they're headed to the Atlanta New Earth Festival in Atlanta, Indiana. Join Pat Denny and the gang this Saturday from 9 till 1 in the center of Atlanta, just 7 miles north of Cicero and Morse Reservoir.
Well, it pains me to say this, Casey.
What's that, Rob?
But Abdul had an interesting point.
That must really hurt right now. I want some Tums or antacid right now.
Somebody had a hotter take than him.
Well, it wasn't so much. It's a Kendall Casey show, by the way. I'm Rob. That's Casey. That's Abdul. You can find him, Abdul Hakim Shabazz, over at indiepolitics.org. You said something in regards to this proposed data center, the Google data center in Franklin Township. And this thing is delayed for now. We don't know if it's going to be pulled altogether, but it's been, at least for now, delayed. A couple weeks, we'll figure out exactly what's going on. And a lot of people are very excited about this, and I think they have a right to be. But you made an interesting point. You said, you better be careful what you wish for, because the next development could be even worse.
Exactly. Obviously, the Google data center was a controversial project. You know, the folks in Franklin Township didn't want it. The noise, the traffic, the whole 9 yards. And I get all that. However, my first point was, number one, your data on your phone's got to go somewhere. So that's kind of point number one. Point number two, which I thought in a moment of non-edible enhanced clarity the other day.
You should do that more often.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Mine's on fire today. I thought about it. I was like, wait a second. So let's say the data center doesn't go there. Now, the land is currently zoned as industrial, but it could easily be changed to residential, the whole 9 yards.
That's right.
And that means that the landowner could basically sell the land to a home developer. And I want to say on that 400-something odd acres of land, you can easily get at least 200, 300 homes.
Oh, yeah, buddy. I mean, you think about a third of an acre of property for the high-density housing developments, and some of them are a lot closer than that.
It's called Brownsburg.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, that's why. So I just thought this was interesting because I have now seen this in at least one community where a data center's been proposed, where they went to the residents and they said, look, Farmer Fred is selling his land one way or another. You got three options. You got data center, you got warehouses, you got high-density housing development. And they laid them out to the people, and they were like, well, data center seems the least obstructive of all the other options.
And then there's the fourth option. You can buy the land yourselves.
Well, of course, that's obviously not going to happen for any regular person. But it is sort of the conundrum now, right? There are major, I think we would agree, rightful concerns about the data center, water, electricity, these incentives, the IEDC being in the middle of it. But if the guy's going to sell the land, you're going to have something there. It's not going to be a farm field forever.
Exactly. And I always say the best way to get rid of open field is move next door to it. It's the best way to get rid of an open field. And the thing is, think about it. You got the construction, you've got the traffic, you've got the congestion, you've got the schools now, because remember, these are family homes because it's a family type environment, so the kids are going to need to go to school somewhere.
So is it your position that a data center would be the lesser of the evils?
I don't think. First of all, I don't think a data center is evil at all.
Okay.
I've never thought that because, like I said, the data's got to go somewhere. Now, now somebody asked me, they like, well, would you want a data center near your home? Like, well, if I had 400-something odd acres, sure.
Yeah, but the problem with the data centers, right? We can agree it's not the data center. Like if Google came in and said, we're going to put $1 billion building somewhere, most people are like, okay, that's cool. The problem is all the freebies, which we don't even know what it is because it's hid behind the IEDC, and they get special abatements, and the water and electricity, right? They still have not. Your guys at 200 West Washington, your friends, got to do a much better
West
job.
Washington or East Washington? Which one?
200 West Washington Street. Yeah, right. Uh-huh. They got to do a much better job of, one, being transparent, and two, laying out what the benefits to people are, as do these people doing these projects. Because right now, people don't see a lot of benefit to them because of all these freebies and giveaways they're getting, and there's these major concerns about utilities and natural resources.
I do think the tax abatements and the whole 9 yards, I think that is a fair discussion to have. And I think that is fair, and that is a logical, rational concern for anybody who wants to be a responsible taxpayer. You want the economic development, yes, but do you want the economic development to come at the risk of, people having to pay higher taxes, less water resources? That I get. However, I think in this situation here is something's going to go there. It's either going to be a data center or it's going to be a bunch of homes. Which do you guys want? Which do you prefer? Because it's not going to stay an open field forever.
Abdul is our guest. You can find him over at indiepolitics.org. Okay, so Braun has come out and said, hey, we're going to get on track with the IURC because the utility rates are a massive part of the data center concern. And we're going to appoint these new people to the IURC, and their mission is going to be to fight for the consumer, fight for the ratepayer. This seems a much different tone than he was striking just a few months ago when he was signing SMR bills that will definitely raise everybody's utility rates. You're always an eye and ear on the ground. What has changed here? Was the public outcry just that bad?
I think part of it was the public outcry, and number two, if the project's going to go there, you make sure all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. And one of the folks on the committee, Darlene Sherman, I've known Darlene for years. Her husband used to be the head of DPW under Greg Ballard.
Department of Public Works.
Yeah. So I've known Dolly for years, and I trust Dolly. And Dolly's also a Southsider too, lives south of I-70, and I trust her to make sure that the taxpayers are protected and the right thing is done.
All right, what are you working on now? What's going on with you?
Defamation.
Oh, okay. Well,
no. Actually, no. We're working actually on data centers. We're going to be doing some more talking about the data center issue, and also we're going to be talking to, I guess it would be, I don't know, Gen Y or Gen Z. A Gen Z person like Abdul. We're not all lazy. We're not all stupid. We actually are industrious. Mm-hmm. So,
all right, find him at indiepolitics.org. Abdul keeps you boss. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Rob, that's going to do it for us today, and that's going to do it for you for a long weekend.
Yeah, that's it. I'll see you in 5 days.
Okay. Take
Good
care
luck.
of yourself.
Don't ruin the show while I'm gone.
I'll do my best. You stay out of jail, okay? Lock yourself in your house.
Hey, you've set the bar so low for me.
Okay. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you for listening today. This has been Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job. James was very cordial and, like I say, responded to our phone calls and kept in contact with us. So he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Other companies make broken promises, but at Simple Quarters, we keep our word. Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah.
The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text HUNK to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text HUNK to 42424. That's HUNK to 42424.
Come celebrate the 52nd Annual New Earth Festival September 27th and 28th in historic Atlanta, Indiana. Free admission and over 600 vendors offering handmade arts, crafts, antiques, and collectibles. Free entertainment all weekend with 6 live bands plus a free kids zone with 5 bounce houses. Plus culinary delights to tempt your taste buds all weekend. You can skip the drive and arrive in style on the Nickel Plate Express train. Visit AtlantaIndiana.com for more information. That's AtlantaIndiana.com.
As proud sports medicine partners of the Indianapolis Indians, Butler University, Purdue University, and the Indiana Sports Corporation, Franciscan Health is here to keep our community moving. Whether you're a weekend warrior or high school champ, we offer injury evaluations, concussion testing, and personalized recovery plans to help you get back out there. Because when you love the game, we love getting you back in it. Call 317-781-1133 or visit franciscanhealth.org/sportsmedindy.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B. Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words Micro. That's pound 250, Micro.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
On the level, on the go. 93 WIBC Indianapolis.
Coming up. To create a light so they can fire up what they call a wick.
Has not accepted any new contributions.
Everyone who just does not subscribe to the prevailing leftist orthodoxy.
We're going to destroy the teachers union.
This is the WIBC News at noon.
They call it Operation Guardian. You've got a cloudy sky and it's 68 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 12 noon. It's a crackdown that's targeting the most violent offenders in Indianapolis. More than 100 people have been arrested and lots of guns and drugs have been recovered. A press conference on this is happening at 2:30 this afternoon at the IMPD Chief's conference room in the City County building. Drugs, extortion, and improvised tools. Ryan Hedrick reports that life inside the Marion County Jail is far from routine.
And that's according to a man named Rick who did some time back in the jail in 2023 for a domestic violence incident.
The inmates will take their lunch trays and they'll beat on the light fixtures in the ceilings of the cells to create a light so they can fire up what they call a wick so they can smoke the Katie in there. And the Katie's rampant. It's full. That place is full of Katie right now.
And Katie is a synthetic marijuana that caused multiple people to overdose in downtown Indianapolis last year. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The economic audit of Indiana's Economic Development Agency, which is the IEDC, will be released next week. Jake McDaniel reports.
Governor Mike Braun is already promising changes to how the agency handles your money.
We have a new investment policy in place to make sure investment dollars stay in Indiana.
He told Wish TV.
The Indiana Economic Development Foundation has not accepted any new contributions since April. That was another entity within the IEDC, and we are putting together a plan to wind it down.
Braun also says that while the audit confirmed the need for more accountability, no criminal activity was found. Secretary of Commerce David Adams says they are committed to fixing any issues pointed out in the report. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News. News.
A Mexican rapper is facing multiple OWI-related felony charges. Jarrett Lewis explains why.
The Marion County Prosecutor's Office this week dealing the charges to 26-year-old Brayon Camacho Calleja for a crash last week in downtown Indianapolis that resulted in the death of 31-year-old Aaron Radford. Police say Calleja was going 75 in a 25-mile-per-hour zone at the time of the crash. His blood alcohol content was later determined to be .108. Calleja's charges range from level 4 to level 6 felonies, including causing death while operating a vehicle while intoxicated, operating a motor vehicle without ever receiving a license, and 3 counts of criminal recklessness. Calleja is also known by his Mexican rapper name of El Moreno Mexicano. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
How bad has cargo theft gotten? Johnette Cruz explains.
U.S. Senator Todd Young is pushing for new federal legislation to combat a nationwide surge in cargo theft, a crime that has had an impact on Indiana.
Right now, the criminal elements are very much aware of our weaknesses, and they're manipulating them to steal consumer products.
Young spoke with Investigate TV and co-introduced the Combating Organized Retail Crime Act, legislation that aims to establish a coordinated multi-agency response and provide new tools to address organized retail and cargo theft. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
New posters, a new movie trailer, and a superintendent resigning. Those stories and more next on 93 WIBC.
Coming up on Tony Katz today, we don't need investigations, President Trump, when it comes to the UN. We just need to defund it all. That's after the news at noon on 93 WIBC.
Well, Tony, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has been addressing the United Nations General Assembly virtually this morning as the war between Israel and Hamas rages on.
No matter how much our wounds bleed, and no matter how long the suffering lasts, it will not break our will to live and survive.
Abbas is calling for all Hamas hostages and Palestinian prisoners held by Israel to be released, as well as a complete withdrawal of troops from the Gaza Strip. Ryan Walters is stepping down as the Oklahoma State Superintendent. He made that announcement Wednesday.
I'm excited to announce I'll be stepping down as Oklahoma State Superintendent and taking on the role as the CEO of the Teacher Freedom Alliance. We're going to destroy the teachers union.
Walters has received national attention for his push to incorporate religion in public schools.
We have seen the teachers unions use money and power to corrupt our schools, to undermine our schools. We are one of the biggest grassroots organizations in the country. We will build an army of teachers to defeat the teachers union once and for all.
He also says he believes in the mission of Turning Point USA and their late leader, Charlie Kirk. Now, Charlie Kirk was supposed to speak at Indiana University in Bloomington next month, but he was killed on September 10th in Utah. So now conservative commentator Tucker Carlson will be speaking at Indiana in Kirk's place October 21st at 6:30 that evening. It's part of Turning Point USA's American Comeback Tour. There appears to be posters calling for political violence at Georgetown University.
Located in the nation's capital, Georgetown's the oldest Catholic university in the U.S., and now one student says he was appalled and shocked at seeing those posters on the leafy campus.
I read this immediately as a threat, not only for me, but for everyone on this campus. Every conservative, everyone who just does not subscribe to the prevailing leftist orthodoxy. This is a direct threat against them.
Shay McGinnis said he immediately thought of Charlie Kirk's assassination when he saw these posters from the John Brown Gun Club, which many describe as a leftist gun club. The poster used the same language inscribed on the shell casings used by Charlie Kirk's assassin. In the statement, the school said, quote, Georgetown University has no tolerance for calls for violence or threats to the university. The flyers have been removed, and the university is investigating this incident.
That's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reporting. A new trailer is out.
My people cried
for the upcoming movie Avatar, Fire and Ash. It comes out December 19th. The first Avatar movie was out in 2009 and is still the highest grossing film ever at the box office. The 2022 sequel, The Way of Water, is the third highest grossing film all time. I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
But I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. Thank you very much, everybody.
Look at that. I got to the very end of a press conference with Donald Trump. There's a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling, a lot of hooping and hollering. Pete Hegseth is there. Marco Rubio is there. The Vice President, J.D. Vance, is there. Interesting thing about Hegseth, there's a story A story indeed about how there's been a meeting called. Washington Post had the story. Hegseth orders rare urgent meeting of hundreds of generals and admirals. As I get more information on that, I will bring that to you. Tony Katz today. Guys, an absolute pleasure. Good to be with you. 833-GOT-TONY. That's the number. That's how you get to be a part of the program. 833-468-8669. 833-GOT-TONY. So there he is with the president of Turkey. And, well, I like this guy, but he's got a lot of opinions.
So this is a tough man. This is a guy who's highly opinionated. Usually I don't like opinionated people, but I always like this one. But he's a tough one, and he does an amazing job in his country. And we've had tremendous relationships, both having to do with war and having to do with trade. And I guess today we're talking about both. I'd like to have him stop buying any oil from Russia while Russia continues his rampage against Ukraine. And they've been fighting. They've lost millions of lives already. And for what? For what? It's disgraceful. And I said yesterday, let it keep going because their economy is absolutely terrible right now. And I think it's a shame that they're doing that, killing a lot of people unnecessarily. 7,818 people were killed last week, mostly military people, their people, and Ukrainians. More Russians, actually, than Ukraine, a little bit more. But it's such a waste of human life, and so he ought to stop. Putin ought to stop.
But Turkey is not going to stop buying Russian oil. That's not going to happen. So the problem with our NATO ally in Turkey is that under Erdogan, they have been much more eastward looking than westward looking. And in doing so, in being so, they've created an issue. You can't be part of the process that builds the F-35 fighters for the United States and then purchase the Su-400 Russian